I'm big on not philosophizing. When I paint a nose or draw a nose, it's a nose. It's not a metaphor for some great happening in the world. It's just a plain nose. We lived in a tenement, 5-story tenement, and one toilet for 4 families in the hall. So you can see it wasn't a luxury apartment. Well, I was 8 years old. They decided that I had enough ability to start learning how to draw and paint, etc. So they sent me to a life class. The model was over here. I was looking at the wall over there. The instructor said, "You can't draw the model looking at the wall. The model is that way." I was too embarrassed to look at the model. That's changed, by the way. So that was my beginning. At that time, the older kids on the east side who were going to college, they used to have to do notebooks. So I did their illustrations for their notebooks for a fee. I mean, like, a nickel or whatever. I was in the service, and she was a hostess at the USO. And I was supposed to learn engineering. So I went to school at the University of Penn to study engineering. What a disaster. I was not meant to be an engineer. And I had heard that the JCC in Philadelphia had terrific pastrami sandwiches. I went down to get a pastrami sandwich. I ended up with her. So what can I say?
We were married in 1945. 68 years or 67 years?
I certainly don't have any secrets. I'm big on not philosophizing. Well, we walk into the place, and out of nowhere comes a Nazi soldier. And he's got what they call a P-38, which is like a Luger. And he's not asking any questions. He's so close that he can't miss. And he's coming at us, firing. At the same time, I'm diving for his feet, and at that instant, Red, who had a 12-inch hunting knife, put it right in his throat. So it was less than, fun time. It was really heavy-duty study. So heavy-duty that I really didn't like it. I don't know the Bible, but I did memorize it. You better memorize it, or in those days, they didn't hesitate to give you a client. That's what they used to call it. So, coming to Temple Sinai, the ritual is not, to me, that major, but the feeling of having a place where you're definitely welcome. To go to a place where you know, boy, you really belong. And that, to me, is important. I happen to like to work in pastel because pastel is spontaneous. And, like, for instance, does that make sense? That's a mighty big pear to come off of that tree. So that's the kind of stuff I like. What the kids have done, who are now grown, this is all the work that they did when they were growing up.
They're index cards for each of his paintings. and where they've been shown, and if they've gotten awards and all that sort of stuff.
And we are naming the art room, we are naming the room the Ben Cohen Room for the Arts. And this,
Here's a portrait that a guy did of me that is absolutely breathtaking, if I say so myself. Look at that.
Isn't that something?